Video today here on the STIHL BR 800C Magnum. I got it sitting side by side with a 600 for size comparison. You can see that physically it's a lot bigger blower. I mean, it's a massive blower. Talk about some differences between these things today. The old 600, you know, they had a 700 that come out too a couple years ago. And the 700 is pretty much the same blower as the 600, except they just put a bigger fan, bigger impeller housing, bigger pipe, and otherwise it's the same blower. Now this 800, this is a completely redesigned system, completely redesigned engine. The back plate, everything is completely different on the 800. They make two models of 800. This is the 800C and there's the 800X. We'll talk about some spec differences. The 600 and the 700 series, you've got 65 cc's, 3.7, 3.8 horsepower, about 21.6 pounds for the 600, about 23.3 for the 700, 47 ounce fuel tank, versus the new 800s, which are about 24 pounds for the 800X, 25.6 for the 800C, 80 cc's, 79.9 to be exact, 4.4 horsepower, and a much bigger 20 ounce more capacity 67 ounce fuel tank. I mean, that's a massive fuel tank for a blower, for any piece of equipment really. But it's a completely redesigned system. They have made several improvements. One thing I really like is on these 4-mix engines, you know, it's got the valves. Well, on the 800, they offer a access cover now, where you just pull this one screw out, slide the door back, right there's your access to your valves. Whereas on the 6 and 700, you had to take the rewind screws out, had to take 2 screws out on top, 2 on the bottom, pull this whole shroud off to get to them. So it's a lot quicker access on these. I like that about it. You've got another improvement is the shutter that switches it between winter and summer operation. On the 600s, you'd have to take your cover off, take the air filter out, take a T27 wrench, loosen the screw, swing the shutter open or shut, tighten it back, put the air filter back in. On these, you just pull the cover off, don't even have to bother the air filter. There's just a switch right here at the bottom. You slide forward or backwards for winter or summer operation. So that's a really good improvement. Like I said, this blower, you know, I've had probably 5-6 hours runtime on it so far. It's really powerful. I mean, I can take 3-4 inch rock and it'll just roll them. It just rolls them down the sidewalk, down the road, what have you, down the ditch line. It's a really powerful blower. Now, some differences between this one and an 800X is on the 800C, the biggest thing is your side start. You got the side start system, which is really nice. Be able to start the blower on your back. We'll show you that in a minute. You got a longer backboard, more comfortable straps on the C, plus this C has a hip belt. Now this hip belt really helps in carrying this blower's weight. It really helps support a lot of the weight, where like if you're blowing for a prolonged period of time, it really supports the weight so you don't notice it as much. And then on this one too, this one also has the telescoping tube. You just loosen this collar and you can slide the tube to whatever length you need it, whereas on the X model it either comes with a short or a long nozzle and you just got to interchange whichever one you want. Something else really nice on these is whereas the old 6 and 700 had this piece of Velcro that just holds the tube on, holds the tube out of the way. Now while it works, they have been prone to breaking. And on these right here, you've actually got a much more durable nylon webbing strap with a metal loop that stores the tube out of the way. And that's a pretty nice feature. The C and the X both have that. And when you're done, you just hook it back up out of the way. But just a really nice blower. You know, for landscapers, or if you're you're a landowner, you know, who has a lot of large property and you need to take a big cleanup job and turn it into a short amount of time, this is the blower that'll do it. Like I said, we'll show you how that side start works. It's a really nice feature. You don't have to pull it off your back to start it. fasten in your hip belt, strap it down a little tighter, and you've got your chest strap. Like I said, this belt really helps support the weight of this blower, because I mean, you're talking 25.5 pounds, but this side start's a really nice deal. And you can hear it pretty much still has the same sound as the 6 and the 700. It really don't sound any different. But like I said, it's just a really nice unit. If you have a lot of large jobs, large area to clean up, this will cut that down to a short amount of time. Some blowing specs is this 800 pretty much takes the best of the 600, which is the velocity, and the best of the 700, which is the volume, and puts it together in one completely new package. The average velocity is 199 mile per hour, 912 CFM. People like the 600 for its velocity, because it's got the same 199 mile per hour velocity, but people like the 700 a lot of the time for the volume. And really, the volume in a blower is pretty much like the foot-pounds of torque in your diesel. That's what really gets everything moving. That's what really makes it move. 677 CFM on the old 600 versus 912 for this, or a 700, so it's a lot bigger, a lot more push power. But the 700s had a lot less speed. It was only like 166, 165. And where the bigger velocity, where that really helps, is like if you have a lot of stuck particles on the sidewalk and on a hard surface, higher velocity will help peel that off of there better than a slower one will. But if you have like a massive wet pile of leaves, this one right here will continue pushing that when it starts to get a little heavy for this blower and you really start to have to work it. This one will just continue pushing it on down the road. And one time I've used it, it's a really nice unit. I really like it. My dealer around here sells the 800C and the 800X, $50 difference. And for $50 difference, I'd rather have the 800C, pay $50 extra, and get the nicer features. Something else this blower has I really like is right here. It actually has a hole for hook storage, where if you want to hang it on a hook or something like on your trailer in your garage, that's a really nice feature too. But no, that's just the overview of the 800, the STIHL BR 800 Magnum. I really like the blower. Like I said, they've done a lot of improvements over the old series. And if you're somebody who needs a large blower, you ain't got one, go and get one. It's a really nice unit.